Got it. So welcome to the Radiant Woman Unstoppable You interview series. So over the coming weeks, I will be featuring women that are out there with these soul-led missions to really empower other women to live more radiant, more happier, healthier, more abundant and prosperous, and of course, soul-aligned, purpose-aligned lives. And I'm all about helping, multi-passionate women to really holistically create radiant health on all levels, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, but to also really help transform their mindset and experience that clarity and that confidence in their life purpose, their soul purpose. So in my interview series, which just kicked off a few days ago, I'm so happy to have a special guest here, Kora Jaymes. And Kora is a self-love and manifesting alchemist, which I love the sound of that. I love the word alchemy, one of my favorite words. And she's supporting spiritual leaders to really expand their consciousness, elevate their frequency, and manifest everything they desire. So welcome, Kora. Thank you so much for joining me.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Excellent. And you're over are you in Adelaide? You're in
Yes.
Perfect.
Adelaide. Yeah.
Yes, good. So it's good. I've had women, different parts of Australia, and I'll have a few women overseas as well. So it's really good to see what women all around the globe are doing in terms of being able to empower other women. So I love what you are doing in the world. And as you know, I've been in your vortex, in your world for probably, I'm going to say 10 weeks maybe, which, and I've loved that. I've been learning so much. And so I just wanted to chat with you a little further about, what we're doing and what you're doing with other women. So tell me a little bit about what you feel your soul-led mission is when it comes to empowering other women.
Well, thank you so much for the nice introduction. It's been so nice having you in my vortex as well. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So my soul-led mission, I definitely feel as if I'm here to end suffering and to support women to really rise into the most empowered, abundant, self-loving version of themselves. I know my journey growing up, there was a lot of struggle, feeling not enough, doubting my abilities, really just only living life a fraction of its fullest potential. And I'm just so ready to break that cycle. When my daughter came along, I knew something had to change, and I knew I wanted more for her. And I knew that, kids do as they see, not as they're told. So I knew I had to go first. And since coming on this journey, it's just been so empowering. And I just feel so cool to help other women to do the same.
Yes, no, that's beautiful. And I think it's so needed because I know that, us women, we're often our own harshest critic. And we know that, self-talk, it can be really kind of very harsh, so it's important that we really do, come back to really getting that place of cultivating self-love. I think it's so important. And as you said, it's beautiful that when you've had your daughter, you're realizing, this is so important for her, for you, but for other women too. It's so big. So beautiful. I love that. And I mean, I struggle with that myself, the whole not feeling enough, not feeling, worthy and all those things. So I think it's such a common block and core wound for so many of us,
Definitely is. Not enoughness is a plague, and I feel like nobody escapes childhood without having that wound on some level. And it's so funny, it's not funny, but when you start to dive into this work, there are always more layers to it. And you have it on a personal level, and then you get into business and you have it on a showing up in that persona on that level. But yes, I'm just so done with seeing so many incredibly talented, beautiful women not rising to the plate, not owning their power because they feel not good enough. And it's just so far from the truth. So I'm done. I'm here to end that for as many women as I can.
Oh, exactly. That's the thing. And it's beautiful, being able to have this platform and being online that you can reach so many women, to have that impact, to be able to, really help so many women. So tell me, why is this important to you? So I know you sort of touched on it, that, you went through all of that yourself, those feelings, and, now having your daughter, but, what do you think, even if it's just some of the key, I guess, turning points or milestones for you? What would you say?
Yeah, so why is this so important to me? Like I said, for my daughter, for all my, for both of my children now, I wanted to be the absolute best example I could. And I feel like we all obviously have our struggles. I definitely feel like I was hit really hard with it. had a very colorful past, as you may say. And so I just feel like if I'm able to do it, kind of anyone can. And I wanted to show my kids that. And I never, ever want my daughter to feel the way that I used to feel. And I don't want any kids to grow up feeling that way. And so, you know, I'm also passionate, again, about raising emotionally intelligent children. And again, it just comes back to we have to go first so we can raise this next generation of kids. And so I'm just here. I feel it's so important that it's been a privilege to me to learn this information, to uncover the healing modalities I have and go on this journey. So I owe it to these women to help them and to pull them out of where they're at, because I know it is so possible.
Exactly. And I mean, you know, what a gift. I mean, it's so cool that, you know, you're able to, you have that conscious awareness so you can, you know, impart that knowledge and on your daughter and make a difference there. But as you said, with the other women that are in your vortex and coming, you know, increasingly into your vortex. But it was interesting when you just said about the point about the whole emotional intelligence, that is huge. And, you know, with my guest Karen the other day, we we're talking about that too, that a lot of us, you know, we don't have that emotional intelligence there because it's not something we're really encouraged to, like younger, you know, generations that obviously younger generations now coming through, it's a little bit different. But my generation, I don't know about your generation too, but, you know, there wasn't a lot of encouraging you to sit in the emotions. It was kind of like, you know, you'd be almost punished or, you know, don't you dare get angry or no, don't be sad. Come on, you know. So it was like we learned to just shove it down, suppress it. It was, you know, we definitely weren't encouraged to feel the whole gamut and feel the range of these emotions, let alone deal with it. So I think that's such a key point that you just made. Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, it was the same for my generation too. And you know what, even just things like, I don't even know if I heard the words ever, like I'm sorry, or really even I love you, because they, you know, my parents came from a generation where it wasn't really, you know, you didn't express anything. So yeah, it's funny when you come into parenthood, you basically end up reparenting yourself because kids can be very triggering, and it's like, oh, you know, I want to be the best I can, and it brings up a lot of stuff. But yeah, it's just being able to do that work to acknowledge your emotions and, like I said, reparent yourself and know that it's okay. We're human. We all go through it. And doing this healing, you know, the deep healing work that we're doing and that I facilitate, is so powerful. You get to feel so good. You're releasing all of that stuff that you've been carrying for your whole life that just weighs you down.
Oh, exactly. That's the thing. I mean, and as we know, the inner child healing work, it's huge. Like, I mean, that's really, and it's an ongoing part as well. It's an ongoing part of the process. So, you know, so many of us, as you said, we didn't have parents that were, you know, loving and affectionate and really demonstrative and things like that. So, you know, sometimes it can feel a bit sort of foreign, a little bit different. So, you know, no, it's so important. So, you know, I'm so glad that, you know, there's people like you and me and other women that are helping, you know, other women out there to do the same. But look, what would you say? So I know obviously you've worked with, you know, a lot of women. What would you say some of your key success stories are when it comes to the sort of work that you're doing? What sort of stands out for you? Like, is there a few cases you can tell me about?
The thing that stands out to me the most, and I guess this may be hard to, unless you've been doing this work, or, you know, you've been through it yourself, but just try to imagine, is the energy change, like the frequency that my women end up at as opposed to where they come to me at. The energy just feels so different. You know, I've had some of my clients, Tia came to me, was just so scared of everything, you know, had never backed herself, had this vision for so many years. And we've just finished working together after 3 months. She's honestly just the most calm, grounded, confident, beautiful woman, like selling out women's workshops, hosting them after having a massive sister wound and feeling like no one likes me and I'm the odd one out. You know, she's signing her to get clients and manifested like $60,000. She did, like, went deep in her healing, got gifted $60,000 from a family member unexpectedly. So, but yeah, it's just seeing these women at the end. I don't even know how to put it into words, or if you might know what I mean, but just the change in their energy is incredible.
Yes, and it's the way that is, as you said, like the confidence, and it's the way that they carry themselves and the energy they exude, and it's really, as you just touched on, it's all areas of their life. So it's in money, it's in business, it's in themselves, like just feeling more grounded, more solid, more in their power. Like, that is huge.
It is. And you know, something, and I feel like we all start, if you're starting the coaching industry, like, you know, does my work really matter? And can I really do this? Am I really going to be able to get transformation? And the more women I come through doing this work, It really is the foundational work. If you want to up level in your life and your business and love and your health,
yes,
commit to your healing. Devote your life to leveling up and ascending, because
definitely.
it's just insane the transformations.
It is in all areas. And the thing is as well, I mean, there's a lot of women out there that would go and engage a coach who's, all about business and the strategy. And like, I feel like until you do this deeper work, it's not going to work, as we know. I mean, what do they say? So anything between 80 to 95%, I've, heard and read and believe it's mindset, it's internal. So until you do this work, it doesn't matter what strategy you put in place. It's going to take a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of hustle, when we know it can be that much easier, because it's your energy.
Definitely. And I always say, and you would know, energy first, always. It doesn't matter how much you show up and hustle. If you have a belief and a story that conflicts what you are wanting to manifest and create, it will not come about. Or maybe it will, but it's not going to come easily, and then maybe you'll lose it. And it's just so much harder than it has to be. And I learned that the hard way. The way that I ended up coaching on this is because I started in network marketing, as I feel so many of us do, on our personal development journey. And I could not understand how I could be hustling and showing up and doing all the same things that my mentors were doing, and they're making multi-seven figures a year, and I was, barely doing anything. And that's when I started to learn about limiting beliefs and manifestation and mindset. And it's changed my life in ways I could barely even begin to put into words. It is all mindset.
Oh, it is. It's a game changer. Exactly. So, and I mean, you only know what you know, like in the sense that, so many of us, we don't know what's sitting there in the subconscious. I mean, yes, you've got Bruce Lipton and people out there that are saying, just look at what's showing up in your life. But, we can do that to an extent, but having a support, having someone there, a coach to really facilitate, hold that space and guide you is so valuable. I mean, I don't know, you do, I do. We work with coaches and mentors because, we want to really, I guess, have that support ourselves, and then be able to then, share some of those skills with other women that we work with. So yeah, it's really important. So just wanted to ask you, what would you say one of your top go-to tools or processes are, techniques, that you use, that you can share with our viewers to help them really move forward to become more unstoppable?
Okay, absolutely. So I've been thinking about this, and I'm going to share with you a technique that is so simple that when I started to implement this, my life is when it really started to rapidly change. I felt like it was kind of slow little things for a while, playing around manifestation, and then I learned this and combined it with the healing, and things just took off really quickly. Cool. So what you can do, super simple, you can either do it with your eyes closed to begin with, because it's easier to relax and block out that whole sensory.
Yep.
Just imagine a golden light coming down through the top of your head, coming down through your third eye. Mm-hmm. You might see it or feel it. Just trust whatever is best for you. Mm-hmm. And then imagine the light coming down through your throat, your chest, your arms, and your fingers, coming down to fill your abdominal area, your hips, legs, and your feet. And I like to imagine it going all the way down into the center of Mother Earth, so you are connected above and below. And then you're going to ask or imagine this beautiful light expanding out, so past your body, past the room that you're in, all the way out past the state, past the country, and all the way around planet Earth. And you might then, if you're a visual person, you might see planet Earth out in front of you, lit up, glowing, and covered in that light. And the power of this technique, and I originally learned this from an advanced energy healer, Chrissy Marie Sheldon, is you are connecting to source energy. So instantaneously, you're putting yourself in a high vibration, in a high frequency. So this means that from this place, you can feel it. You get buzzing and tingling. The more that you do it, you really can feel it in your body, and you feel a change in your emotional state. I often, if I'm having a time where stuff's coming up for me, I really make the effort to ground in and connect to that light, because you can make, you get inspired downloads. It's a really good state to be in for manifesting. So asking powerful questions when you're in that state, one of my manifesting hacks. So that would be my go-to tool for you. Get used to just practice connecting to the light as many times as you can a day.
Love it. Yeah. And you do it. It's like just when you expand your energy out, you just feel, you're not only so much more expansive, but you actually feel, I feel more calm and more grounded and more solid. And,
Yeah.
you sort of feel more, I don't know, equipped and ready to get out there. And, like it just gives you a bit of
Yes.
clarity too, I feel. Yeah. Yeah.
It does. It's like you're connecting with, the divine or whoever in your higher self. And it's like, oh, okay, I feel a bit, just like you said, calm and at peace. And like you can just make wise choices and moves from that point.
Exactly. No, so important. So also, do you feel there's anything else that you'd like to share? Anything else in your heart that you want to, share with our women viewers here today?
I guess my biggest message would be to just believe in yourself. And if you're new to this journey, make a start and commit to it and keep going, because it can feel heavy at times. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say it's all easy when you commit to doing this work and you're healing and you're really, you're the one that's standing up. And I know we're seeing so many more women doing it. You're the one standing up and breaking generational trauma that's been handed down for generations. And that's heavy work. So be kind to yourself, give yourself props that you're even the one doing that.
Exactly.
Surround yourself with people who get it, who are on the same journey, because it will make a huge difference. It's really hard if everyone thinks you're a bit weird and woo-woo and they don't get what you're doing. So find your tribe, hang out with them, just be kind to yourself and believe in yourself, because you really do have the power to create anything that you want from your life. Okay, so keep going.
Beautiful. I love that messaging. It's so true. And yeah, definitely. It's the consistency as well. It's the consistently showing up, doing the work. It's not a one-time set and forget. I always say to, people I work with, you don't go to the gym once and have this tone fit body for life. It is something that you continue to work on. But it is a beautiful journey. It really is. So, albeit it can be difficult at times, but it's worth it. 100%.
Oh, yeah. 100%. It might be hard at times, but nothing is harder than living the way that probably most of us were living before we started on this, and that's the truth.
Most people are in autopilot mode, Groundhog Day. So it's beautiful when you realize that, hang on, I'm in charge, take my power back, and then you realize that you can become unstoppable. So, and there is so much support, as we said, out there, on the other side, but also, there is other people that you can work with, it's guides, coaches, healers, practitioners. So, so thank you so much, Kora. I really appreciate your time today. And
thank you so much.
That's all right, no problems. And I'll pop your details as well there if people want to get in contact with you or join your Facebook groups. I know you have some great information that you share through that group and platform. So thank you so much, and I look forward to continuing to see the magic that you make out there in the world. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Likewise. Speak to you soon.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye.